Hey Stockhouse, it's Bruce Campbell. Today is August the 26th. Let's jump right into it. Thought it would be interesting to look at what we've seen with the Strategic Petroleum Reserve down in the U.S. and how it continues to decline. They built it up a little bit after COVID, but man, it's gone off quite the cliff here. What does that mean for oil prices? You can see there's a fairly significant correlation there. It's about a 0.5, so for every dollar or every barrel that comes out of the Strategic Petroleum Reserve, oil goes up. We know that at some point in time they're going to need to start to fill this, so that's going to be really interesting when they get to that place. If we look at the energy RRG, so we're just looking at crude here, and then we're looking at the TSX energy sector and the U.S. energy sector, you can see that all of them are starting to see some momentum changes here now, and we're seeing actually fairly good momentum in both the TSX and the S&P individual stocks sectors. So that's quite interesting heading into to the fall here for sure. There's been lots of volatility. The price of oil jumps around day to day, but longer term it looks like the trend is certainly behind those. Just wanted to switch gears here for a second. We've talked a fair bit about gold in the last few weeks. There's been, after a sideways correction and downward correction from really the spring, we've started to see gold start to accelerate again. And what this chart here is the white line represents the all the gold holdings in ETFs, and then this line here is just the simple 200-day moving average. And what I thought was interesting is, if you remember back when gold really broke out back in 2024, started that move up, you can see that broke that 200-day moving average, which had been below since kind of going back to 2022. It stayed all above that for this whole time, and then we saw that correction that happened in the spring, and of course it crossed below that 200-day moving average, and now it's just crossed back above that. Interestingly enough, if we look at what the seasonality is for gold, well, we're right here, kind of the end of August. So this really coincided fairly closely to when gold did bottom out. Probably a little bit later than normal, but it's been, now it's moving in this trend upward. And what do the RRGs look like for those specific gold mining sectors? You can see the gold GDX and the GDXJ, and then this is also the copper index. That's it for this week, everyone. Have a great week out there and take care.